England plays Spain. Who would you support? And I'm like,
idiots.
And a lot of things popped up because now you've got Twitter. Now you realise that people have the same thing.
And that's a much more widespread opinion than before.
So there's this guy who tweeted. His name is Hassan Patel. And he tweeted something saying, I had a very unpleasant moment yesterday when a group of white men came over to me and my friend saying we should take off our England flags.
Oh, is that the guy from the shop? Okay, anyway, carry on.
Man, that sounds bare racist. Hassan Patel! Patel, you're like...
I saw a news story about a guy in the shop who might have experienced something similar.
Okay, that's dark.
I know him.
I know Patel. What he's doing? Right.
Oh, stop it. Carry on.
Hassan Patel. He said, I had a very unpleasant moment yesterday when a group of white men came over to me and my friend saying that we should take off our England flag since we're not English.
Yeah.
I was born here. It's my flag as much as it's yours. And then he tweeted a picture of him and his friends.
Yeah.
And the guy, they're Asian guys. And, and it's just a kind of, once England do well, it's a kind of...
It becomes exclusive and it's you're not actually English. This is for us.
Yeah, and there's this guy that I follow as well as a boxing guy. His name's Kugan Cassius. And he had to actually tweet, like, for anyone confused, my heritage is from Sri Lanka. I was born in England, have lived in England all my life and support the English football team. If you can't understand that, I can't help you.
Yeah,
that's what he said. And it's like, why, lots of people had to come out and explain themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I was actually dreading, because of the World Cup bracket, I was dreading England playing Spain.
Yeah.
I was happy when they went out because like it was
who went out? When Spain went out.
When Spain went out, because I was just like, England's gonna play Spain at one point, and then they're gonna be like, oh, celebrating. Oh, wait a minute, you're happy. Oh, you're this. You're this. And I remember, like, just in Twitter, like when people, they're using like really harsh words as well to describe the Spanish and stuff. Like I've seen the word like spick just
all over the place.
All over the place, and that's a derogatory word just for Spanish, like a Spanish journalist who had the audacity to talk about the England team. He's a Spanish journalist that Guillem Balaguer. He works for Sky, so he's got every right to talk about the English team. He works in England, and they're like, oh, what do you know? You speak blah 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 blah. So what's it?
This is on Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter, and it's just like, what? Why do you have to make it like that?
Exactly.
So I just wanted to see about your experience as well. Like, would you support?
I can understand the uncomfortable aspect that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nigeria did play England, mate. You understand?
Yeah.
And who am I supporting? Well, I wanted Nigeria to win.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because, all right, firstly, I support both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted Nigeria to win that game. I wanted to watch a good match. I wanted Nigeria to win because they're kind of like the underdog in comparison. And I kind of want them to show that they do have some quality and they can compete on the same level. And if Nigeria beats England 5 times in a row, maybe I'm going to want England to win. I kind of want them to be competitive enough to play each other.
That reminds me actually of do you remember when Manny Pacquiao fought Ricky Hatton? Yeah. And the same thing, like when they were fighting each other, I remember just thinking, I love both boxers.
Exactly.
I'm English, but I've got Filipino heritage. But it's just Philippines have never been in the news for a positive thing, And,
so you want them to have
and then this guy comes and just beats all the guy, and then just the fact that this guy comes and beats the hell out of an English guy, and people didn't even know Pacquiao before that. People didn't know boxing. I was supporting. I was like, I just don't mind who wins. Yeah. But when it actually started, I watched it with my mum and a few other relatives. Yeah. When it started, I was like,
you want
come on, Pacquiao. But like you said, but for that reason of that, he wasn't an underdog, but it was Philippines itself as the underdog.
Exactly. He was representing underdogs.
And he given Philippines a name,
Yeah. That reminds me of Japan versus Belgium. Yeah, you know that match? Mate, I had money on Belgium to win the whole competition. I was cheering Japan to win.
Hey,
I was cheering on Japan to win.
But you know,
because they were the underdogs and they were actually doing good.
Exactly,
I wanted them to score. And I didn't mind losing my money. I wanted them to score and win.
But you know, my partner's from, she's got, her mother's Japanese. So she was, we were supporting Japan on that. And then she was thinking, oh, but then could we, I think there was a chance that England could play Japan.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Oh, that would be great, wouldn't it?"
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then I said to her, "Would it? I don't think it would because like you guys are Japanese." And I was like, "I'm just scared of getting some racism, like, you know, of people going, oh look, they're Japanese, they can't be, you can't sit with us, you know what I mean?" So it was, and even like, so I didn't want, because I've got an affinity with Mexico as well. Yeah. I didn't want England to play Mexico. I don't want to play Japan. I don't want to play Spain, because I just wanted to enjoy supporting England and not having to.
No, I know what you mean, but then I just want to be comfortable doing both. Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand what your partner's saying, that she wanted the spectacle of them both being on the same stage. We got to the same place and were able to play each other. So yeah, I fully understand that. But I can appreciate the difficulties of supporting a team and then being turned around and said, "Oh, you're not authentic enough to be a supporter of this team."
But remember, like in like I was telling you in our school, England it was 1996, and England beat. I think I mentioned this in the podcast before, but England beat Spain on penalties. And we came into school and we're like, and there was this white guy in our class, and he was like, "What are you supporting Spain?" And you know, that whole thing. And then and I said as well. Then I went to Spain, and then they were like, "Who are you supporting?" And then and I said, "I was supporting England." They went, "You're a traitor." So you know, so I couldn't support.
Both camps will have a go at you, but it's just that exclusivity. Sometimes people just like to be exclusive. They want to find reasons to exclude people from what they're particularly doing. Yeah. Which takes me back to when I said Mr. Patel, is he the one from the shop? Because there was a story about a shop in, I can't remember where they're located, but they had England flags up in the shop. Right. And apparently they got a letter. I found it strange that it was a letter that was written. It makes me think that it must be like, maybe not that it's an older person, because you can't tweet a shop, really, can you? You can't send an email to a shop, so anyone would have to write a letter. But I found that strange. If they had a Twitter account, but but it said to them, "Oh no, you should take those England flags down, and you should actually support your home country because you're obviously not English, etc., etc." And the guy, it was reported on the news, said that he felt a way about that, because every England match, every tournament, he's always had England flags up, and he's been in this country for X amount of years, 20, 30, 40 years, and it's the first time that he's had someone complain about that. But do you know what he did? Instead of taking the flags down, he bought bare more England flags. Just had the whole shop decked out in England flags.
But that's what I mean. Like, the further they got, the more like racist things got, and the more it was like, no, you can't support. That's like you're not, you know. Exactly. And then so there's a lot of in England anyway. There's a lot of clashes, isn't there, between migrants and the English. What would you call them? Like the
indigenous.
Yeah, and it's just so then I looked as well. There's this. We'll put it in the show notes as well. There's a picture that shows all of the migrants in the team, like the percentage of migrants in each team. So in England, it's 47.8%.
All right.
Yeah.
When they say migrants, so it's not. They're not migrants. It's children of migrants. It's first generation.
I think that's what they mean. Yeah.
Hold on. First generation is the first generation born in that place, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess they're doing like their parents or well, like look at Eric Dyer. He lived in Portugal when he was a kid.
Is it?
Yeah. So like I guess he would be carried. But 47.8%. Can you guess who's the highest?
Oh, so that wasn't the highest.
No.
The highest.
Probably get.
I've got a feeling it's going to be a European country.
Yeah.
Spain, France,
Spain,
Italy.
Italy aren't in the World Cup.
Oh, we're just saying
in the World Cup. In the World Cup, yeah. Who you get Spain from?
No, because there's a lot of I don't know, like South American.
No. There's Diego Costa. But apart from that, there's Spanish.
So it's a European team.
Yeah, I
want to go Belgium, mate.
I
told you who it definitely isn't. It definitely isn't Iceland.
I said 4.3%.
Yeah,
that's
the lowest.
Probably, yeah.
The lowest.
But it's France. Belgium are the same as England.
Oh, is it?
You won't think that. I thought they'd be higher.
Yeah.
France have 78.3% migrants in their team.
Yeah.
And if you see all the videos of them celebrating, there's a lot of like Afro beats and them doing the dancing.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so that makes you think like no one's got a right to be like, oh, you're not one of. It's like one of like those stereotypes of the '80s racist football fan that would have a black player and they'll just say loads of like monkey chants and then they'll go, oh no, not him, he's one of us.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like that doesn't work like that, man. Yeah. But then I read something as well. Was a quote from Romelu Lukaku.
Yeah.
And I realised it doesn't just happen in England.
Yeah, cool.
He said, this is a quote from him. He says, when things are going well, they were calling me Romelu Lukaku, the Belgian striker.
Yeah.
When things weren't going well, they were calling me Romelu Lukaku, the Belgian striker of Congolese descent. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mate, it's a thing though, and look, it permeates more than just race, I want to say, because, the same thing used to happen to Andy Murray. Right? When he's winning, he's British, and when he's not, he's Scottish. Do you know what I mean?
I don't like tennis, so he's always Scottish.
But yeah, I was just a little bit taken aback that, alright, they do it with everyone, mate. They do it with everyone.
Yeah, but, I'll always support England, man, because I always see it as, I can always say that, I can always say that, like England's my home. I'm comfortable here. Yeah. I'll support a Filipino athlete. I always will. But then it's not my home. If I went there, I'd be stuck. I'd be lost. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah,
I hear exactly what you're saying. It's the same thing for me. Just in my head, I just know it's always going to tip towards Nigeria, and it's that same, just the underdog thing.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, Olympic 100-meter sprint. Who do I want to win? Nigerian 4x100 team or the British 4x100 team? Nigerians ain't had that medal before.
Yeah.
I want them to
on that. Yeah. I know a lot of.
I'm not thinking that consciously in my head, but that's why I'm going to say that way.
Yeah. But do you think subconsciously it might also be that you're not made to feel British as well sometimes? Not really.
We can have this conversation again, but then there's the limbo of sitting in the middle of Nigeria that they'll call me a London boy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know a lot of Asian fans who they like they like cricket and they'll support their parents' country like India or Pakistan or Bangladesh over England. Yeah, and their reasoning would be just they feel more at home, like supporting them. They feel like it's that they also. It's kind of like it's expected of them as well. Yeah. And if they were to support England, then people might question it, and that's terrible.
Yeah, so you don't get questioned on that. But isn't cricket different? Don't you just have people playing for countries who are not that heritage?
No.
I kind of thought cricket was kind of like club football.
No,
you just have someone play for the team.
No, but obviously there's a lot of England players with Asian heritage, but they are from here. Yeah.
Are you sure, mate? I much
actually, no. I think I know.
Much thought that they could just.
I know why you think. No, they wouldn't be like that. But I know what you're saying because a lot of the English players have Australian accents, don't they?
Yes, it's not even based on that, mate. Not that I looked at them and thought you're not English. You must be.
You're one of them, aren't you?
What you got a flag for? I'm sure I heard something about the rules that someone transferred from one country to another. I suppose it might be the same thing in football, that you have a choice to, based on the grandfather rules.
That's true.
For one team or the other.
Yeah. You know, Januzaj could have played for England.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, and he chose Belgium, but I think he's of. Is he of?
I think he had like 3 or 4 different shot choices.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an international world now, isn't it? Yeah. Like you shouldn't be able. You shouldn't have to explain everything.
Borders are coming down. people claim